Interim Superintendent Smith provides an update for the school committee on what's happening within the school department.
Some positive news, and I want to thank the school committee and certainly members of the community. Max and Matthew, I want to thank you for your service this year and those of our other students that came and were part of sometimes very long nights. We had some celebrations at both Newton North and Newton South. I will tell you, they were both wonderful. One, Newton North, outside in the rain, or at least during my speech. It was, again, over 500 students. It was a wonderful ceremony, student speakers. Obviously, it was my first time involved, many parents, family members. It's just such a celebration. And it's certainly on Thursday night, we had Newton South graduation inside in the field house. Again, a beautiful ceremony. Thank you to both principals. The one at Newton South was hosted by our seniors, two of our senior students. Again, student speakers, and just a wonderful celebration. So thank you to everybody here who I know took some time and either made both ceremonies or were able to come to one. And congratulations to all our 2023 graduates and their families. It's, of course, why we do this work each and every day. I also had a wonderful day at Day Middle School for Career Day. I was actually able to go and only do 2 of the classes. And I want to tell everybody, it's interesting to listen to community comments tonight about changes to our time for our students during lunch. But I will tell you, after I shared the job of a superintendent, I'm not sure I really impressed anybody. I tried to find out if we had any educators in the audience, but again, I've taught middle school and I clearly understand the interest level. What they were interested in when I opened up the conversation, and I really do think it speaks to, and I don't want to blame everything on the pandemic, but coming off of the pandemic, understanding even for our seniors, they were freshmen when the pandemic hit. And we're so thankful for what they called returning to, what regular school. But your middle school students want more time with their peers, not necessarily time with, again, we're looking at academics, we're looking at making sure that if the gaps existed, and that is our job. But our job is also to listen to time that they want to spend together. They want to have opportunities. The word recess actually came up, and I know middle school is that segue into high school. But it might be something that we want to think about along the way. Thank you for a wonderful day there. And this past week, I was part of the Williams Pen Pals with a special luncheon. I think the best part was watching the 5th graders go around, whether it was myself, so many community members, a number of you present at this occasion that's gone on for a long time. I loved meeting my pen pal, great conversation. It just, again, reminds you of why we do this work each and every day. I loved my name. So Carolyn, my executive assistant, when we were trying to think of names, she said, well, why don't you just be Top Dog? So I was Top Dog. I loved it. My pen pal, Rudra Patel, loved it. And we just had a great lunch. And thank you to everybody who made that so special. I know there were teachers involved, staff members involved. Thank you to our principal buyers and so many people. There are end of the year events happening at schools across the city. And those of you that have children in the schools, graduates in our schools, so you're all celebrating the wonderful achievements. And you're going to hear a lot of people talk about, including myself, that this was truly a challenging year in so many ways, but so worth it when you see your happy kids. They're excited to probably transition, a little bit nervous about going on to the next grade level. I want to give everybody my words of advice and wisdom. I was that kid on the school bus at the end of every year, and I can think about it all my young years, and kids would be singing songs. I won't even tell you the songs. You'll probably all remember them. Glory, glory, hallelujah. So people were excited about the end of school. And I was the kid that was crying. So I was sad to leave my teacher, sad to go on to that next grade level. So again, after 45 years outside of the 12 years I spent in education, I'm not sure I'm going to not cry again this year. So I think that's a good sign. As far as I want to also thank the PTOC, we had a great meeting this week, and I want to remind everybody it was about making sure that they had opportunities during the summer, early September, to connect with our families. So we've changed some of our protocols. And we had a meeting the other day. Thank you to Stephen Rotendi, to Maureen McAdams, and Aisha Farag's office to talk about the registration process, how we can make sure that we get information so that they can connect with families both right before school and then probably later in October once everybody has updated their information. So we've done great work on that. I think the PTOC is excited about that opportunity. I also want to talk about, I had the opportunity to go to the METCO 2.0 conference in Framingham over a week ago. Lisa Gilbert Smith worked hard to bring probably about 20 of our teachers to attend this conference. Dr. Anna Nolan, I think, was one of the speakers that welcomed everybody. I got there a little bit late that morning because of the career day at Day Middle School, but I got to hear the keynote with Dr. Christopher Edmond, an author and motivational speaker. And this is always so good for all of us to have this professional development to remind us why we continue to do this work, even during challenging times. So thank you to Lisa, to METCO for just wonderful opportunities all year long. I want to thank again the City Council, Mayor. The City of Newton's budget has been approved for FY24. That was no easy feat. I know it's a challenging budget, but we have a budget as we begin on July 1st, 2023 for next year. And I guess I want to close by talking about my own calendar working group. We've met over 6 times. We just had information shared with us, which we will present to you next Tuesday because of the Juneteenth holiday. So again, a lot of work. This involved our students, it involved staff members, it involved parents, it involved an NTA representative. Chris and An Ping joined me. So we're really looking forward to sharing that with you. And I guess with that, I mentioned Juneteenth. That happens next Monday. We have the holiday. I know that there are celebrations going on throughout the schools or lessons. And Mayor, you updated us on wonderful events happening, throughout the city.